Hey guys, here we are for round 2. Let's see what our opponent is up to. So it looks like it's going to be either red-green aggro or Naya. Looks like red-green aggro with the presence of swords. Whew, now this is a tough hand. We have some cards which we probably will not be able to play. We have a nice turn 1, turn 2 play. Being a one-lander, now we are on the draw. Still, if we can, bait enough time to get our champion Vanguard plan going, this could turn out. I'm not sure that I want to be running this. I mean, there's no way I would keep this on the play. I think on the draw, though, this hand might be okay. So, really need another mana here, but could potentially see this be a viable keep on the draw. It's very greedy, but could potentially pan out. There is the second land, which we desperately needed. And no reason to trade our champion here with Borderland Ranger. So if we can pick up a land next turn and go Fiend Hunter into his Huntmaster, could be in very, very good shape. If we miss on the land here, could be in very rough shape. No, that's not bad. And unfortunately, we can't play it on the land because we have Talia in play. So this is a little bit rough. Definitely on the defensive here. So he's going to get the 2-for-1 off Talia. And then if we stall on land, we can go ahead and drop Gather, and then otherwise we can go ahead and Fiend Hunter his Huntmaster. So there goes Talia. Well, we could drop Champion here. I mean, we could also drop Gather. I guess I kind of like dropping Champion here, just because that way we can get a little bit more value out of Gather. We're a little bit behind at this point. Now, if we do drop Gather at this point, we can then bash in for 5 and start trading damage here. Although at the same time, he has Pump Up, so he can trade these two for our champion. I think I'm actually just going to go ahead and drop the second champion here. Get a little bit more value. And Miracle Bonfire is pretty rough. It could just be game right there. So we probably need to go into land, and we're still probably dead. It's not going to do it. Yuck. Yeah, at this point, we're just dead. So it could have been a greedy keep there. Although I still think that it potentially could have merit. Just kind of hard to say. Bring in Talia. Definitely going to be bringing in War and Peace. Also bring in Crusader. We want to bring in Nevermore to make sure that Bonfire doesn't happen. And then Inquisitor, Grafdigger's Cage, and Purge are all good. So we have basically a transformation sideboard here. Cards that are not as good. Vanguard. No. Probably want to cut the War Zone here. If we're gonna run Talia, I mean, Gather is much worse with Bonfire. So I guess we can cut Gather. Deflection is still good. We have a pretty heavy 3-drop slot here. I think that we need to keep the Relic Orders in for the swords. I'm not sure if we want to keep Talia in, actually. I mean, she's very great against some of the spells that he would be running, but he does also have a lot of creatures as well, and it really kind of cuts down our spells. This brings it down to 61. Without Talia, we definitely want to be running Gather, I think. Or we could just run a second Deflection. The problem here is that, I mean, Gather makes Champion much, much better. But it is also pretty bad against Bonfire, so... I think we're actually just going to cut the Deflections and just run it like this. Not sure about the sideboard plan here. This hand is fine. I think finding the right configuration definitely is going to involve looking at the deck list to get a little bit more familiar with what we're up against. So I mean, here we can either go Huntmaster or we can go Bonfire for Nevermore. Either one I think are totally valid targets. So I think here we just actually, since we could go Nevermore here, but I think that I actually want to go ahead and drop Paladin first. Otherwise, we could just drop Nevermore for Huntmaster, and then bash in for 2, wait a turn, and then drop Paladin. I mean, Bonfires really kind of blows us out too. I guess the amount of damage we gain off dropping Sword Blade I think is worth it. There's a couple different lines of play, but I do like beating in here. It's like now if he drops Huntmaster, we just Nevermore for Bonfire. We could stop Bonfire again, but I think I'd rather just drop Riders. And just make our team protection from spirits. So this way, next turn we get to Nevermore for Bonfire, and then just Fiend Hunter if he drops Huntmaster. Well, now if we just see, if we Fiend Hunter the Birds of Paradise, he drops to 1, and then Bonfires is only out. Like otherwise, we could just bash in with Riders, make him chump Birds, and then drop Nevermore for Bonfire, and then have Fiend Hunter back up. I kind of like that play. Well, yeah. At this point, we should be good. If he doesn't drop a creature, we just win. There's the Huntmaster. Like there, we could have gotten this champion. It's a little bit tight on damage here, so I think I'm just keeping, keeping one back. Although to be fair, we would force an edict here, so we'd block with Birds and then have 4 up to our 2 guys. I think we have, enough non-outs for him to have this be slightly better play. Although if he has Sword, we're in a little bit of trouble. Now we can just grind him out with Riders. So now we just go ahead and drop Riders for humans, and I think we should be in a good spot. So now he should be dead. So he can only block with the Birds and the Wolf, and that should be game. anything we want to change here? Potentially could bring in Divine Deflection. I still think that Bonfires is very powerful, and so I kind of like how we have set up right now. I mean, we're a little bit slower, but I think the double strike is more important than, you know, kind of having the immediately large champion with Gather. Yeah, it could go either way. It's kind of hard to say. But I think I like the setup right now. If we could squeeze in Divine Deflection, that might be a good card to squeeze in. Definitely going to be mulliganing here. So now we have the Mirran Crusader sword combo if we can get it active. So like next turn to play around Bonfire, we could just go ahead and drop down like Honor of the Pure. Could just drop Riders. Basically, next turn we just hope we're able to go ahead and drop Sword and Equip. But I think Riders does a lot of work in this matchup for sure. So like if he drops Strangleroot Dice, we just don't block in case he has the Arc Trail or the Pillar of Flame. And there's the Combust. Yuck. I'm gonna try to get our champion to stick. May not work, but just gonna hope. Definitely on the back foot at this point. Acidic Slime really hurts. Oh, did not mean to play those Death Lands. Problem is now he's got Wolf Run, he gets forced over the top. Luckily, he cannot target it with Zell's conscripts. That's pretty funny. Oh, never mind. He took the sword. Whew. Yeah, it's pretty much game right there. So red-green still a nasty combo. I think might need a little bit of work to do the to fix up the sideboard. Not sure exactly how to board against that just yet, but we will see you for round 3.